Yo, what up, though? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's up, Janelle? What's going on, Nathaniel? I know we gonna let some people in here, as always. We late night with it right now. I just got off the homies Professor Rich's live. We was answering some questions, me and my homie Rich, the homie Professor or Special Ray rather. What's going on, Joshua? I know I got my prescription shades on, looking kind of like an asshole, but um this light be hurting my eyes. That's why I got the shades in the first place. These are prescription. And I can't see without these on. So I got my regular glasses, but I need these shades on. Yeah, self-love is the best love. Let me give it a little minute for people to come in here. What y'all been on today, man? Or what y'all doing right now? It's 10:30 at night. I'm saying? At least Eastern time. I know, Janelle, you what? Pacific. So it's like 7:30 where you at. What's going on, Joshua? If I ain't say that already. It's probably gonna be a slow night tonight because it's late, short notice, Friday night. We all might be out. Then again, I don't know. They got the lockdowns going on. You feel me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sick of school? Me too. I'm ready. Today was my last day of class before Thanksgiving break. What's going on, Red? Today was my last day of class before break. I'm gonna go to my mama house Sunday. Hit my mama house Sunday. Probably come back here the next Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving with my mama. Chill. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all know what I do. Give it some time for people to settle in. We got a good topic to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully people tune in. If not, people catch the playback. But y'all get the exclusive access. You feel me? On that podcasting ground. Oh, you don't even gotta tell me, bro. Red, you don't even gotta let nobody know. You don't even gotta let nobody know, man. That man Red be doing what, 2 podcasts a day, 3 podcasts a day. I'll be losing count, bro. Interview after interview, breakdown after breakdown, analysis after analysis. You feel me? He said, "What's up, Chris? You bored too?" No, I ain't bored. I'm just not doing nothing outside. So I was like, I might as well hop on live. And I was already on live with my homies. So I was like, might as well make my own live. What's good, Hero X? Just finished school. That's what's up, Josh. Give about another minute and 30 seconds. We got 10 people in here. Don't forget to hit that like button when y'all enter. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to hit that like button. Some of y'all be stingy with that like button. I don't know why. But don't forget to hit that like button. You feel me? Yeah, might be interviewing C Boogie. I'll definitely be there for that one. Definitely I'll be there for that one. When you interview C Boogie, I will be there. I will be there. Because he's one of few guys on YouTube who I watch like constantly, like all the time. You feel me? One of maybe, I don't know, 4 guys. You feel me? Said y'all were talking about guys. I should interview you one day, Janelle, on my channel. I should interview Janelle on my channel. That'd be a good interview. I have to pinpoint what we talk about, though. Definitely got to pinpoint what we talk about. It'll be a good discussion. You feel me? Give it about 30 more seconds. We got 12 people in here, and then we get started. So this is a good topic. Because of a female, Yeah, man. Dudes get bent out of shape over females, bro. And I understand. I understand we dudes. You feel me? We dudes. Women mean something in our life. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. We're men, we like women. You feel me? But all right, we got 5 minutes. We gonna talk about this topic. Let me pause my little jammy jam. Understanding female nature when you don't even understand yourself. Now, this is a very important topic that I probably should have talked about a long time ago. You feel me? Long time ago. I've talked about it in bits and pieces, but never like a whole live. I've done a video about it, but never a live stream. You feel me? Never a live. We gonna get into it. We gonna get down. We gonna get dirty. We gonna get raw. You understand? So, where did I get this topic from? Y'all can all probably guess. A lot of audiences of this corner of YouTube, even audience members of mine, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, they could iterate every rule there is about female nature. They could iterate every single law that was in Rational Male. They can, you know, they can list every detail about hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? They could detail everything about the red pill. They could detail everything about you know, females do this, female do that, females do this, female nature is this and that. But they don't even know who they are. You feel me? You can ask a dude a simple question. What's your most redeeming quality to you? You feel me? You ask a dude, what you think your best quality is? And he be sitting there scratching his head like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He be sitting there to think about it. But if you ask him to define, if you ask him to give three rules of female nature, he could go boom, boom, boom. Which ones you want? I got all of them. Which ones you want? But he wouldn't even be able to tell you, what's his most redeeming quality to him? What's a quality that's gotten you far in life? What are some of your weaknesses? He can't even tell you about himself. You feel me? I know it seems unfair, but if I ask myself, if somebody asks me, Chris, what's your most redeeming quality to you? I would say off the bat, I feel like my best quality is to be able to adapt and assimilate to any environment I'm in, with no matter what people are in that environment. You feel me? I could go anywhere. I go anywhere and I'm cool with the people. You know what I'm saying? I could go back to the hood. I'm here in my college town in Ann Arbor, suburb. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with people. I could be amongst black people. I could be amongst niggas. I could be amongst white people. I could be amongst all kind of people, and I could be cool with everybody. That's my favorite quality. That's one of my most redeeming qualities to myself. If somebody were to ask me, Chris, what's a weakness of yours? What's just one weakness of yours? I would say off the bat, I have it could be worse mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been worse. I've been in worse circumstances. So I always have this mindset like, it could be worse. And sometimes that gets in the way of me doing things. Now this isn't a personal hour, and I'm just giving examples. I know who Chris Flonoury is before I understand female nature. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you better about myself than I can female nature. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to write a whole master's degree thesis on female nature, hypergamy and the red pill, and blue pill propaganda. But you don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's counterproductive. You working against yourself. That's why my thumbnail says stop working backwards. Because when you put in all this time, all this energy, all this effort into trying to learn females, understand females, which is nothing wrong with. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. That's what my channel is about for the most part. You know what I'm saying? That's what most of my videos are about. You feel me? But when you put all your energy into learning females and learning female nature and learning, red pill isms, and you trying to de-learn your blue pill propaganda, but you're not putting no time aside to learn who you are. You know what I'm saying? Chris Flonoury not putting no time to learn who he is, or Insidious is not putting time to learn who they are, or if Red wasn't putting time aside to learn who he is, or Janelle wasn't putting time aside to learn who she is, then it's pointless. You know what I'm saying? That's like buying a $50 Carhartt tool belt, but you don't have no tools. Or you know what? I'll give a better analogy. I'll do a better analogy. That's like buying a Carhartt tool belt, and you buy all these little intricate tools. You buy You buying a car jack. You buying a vroom vroom to twist the knots off your car tires, some NASCAR shit. You buying all these little intricate tools. You buying wireless this, wireless that. You don't even got a hammer. You don't even got a hammer. You don't even got a Phillips screwdriver. You don't even got a flathead screwdriver. You don't even got the basics. You feel me? But you got all these little other intricate tools that have their uses, but you don't have the basic fundamental tools in your toolkit. You feel me? That's how it is when you know all this about female nature and red pill this and blue pill that, but you don't know nothing about the self. And that's why so many dudes, believe it or not, we don't talk about this a lot, but a lot of dudes become even more frustrated after they learn all this red pill female nature knowledge. And it's not because, I'm not talking about red pill raging. I'm talking about, okay, when they learn the info, they understand it to a T, and then they go out in real life, they try to apply it, and it's still not doing nothing for them. You feel me? They can observe it, so they know the stuff is true, but they when they try to act on things, it's not working in their favor, and they wondering why. So then they getting mad, then they getting angry, then they getting upset. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they start hating women and all this other kind of behavior, or this other weird behavior that I do not like to bring to my channel. And they wondering why, but it's because they don't even understand who they are. Understanding who you are will take you much farther with women than understanding female nature. You know what I'm saying? You could learn female nature all you want, but if you don't understand yourself, the dude who knows himself is going to get much farther than you. Not only just with women, but in life. Let me repeat that. The dude who knows all about himself he may not know nothing about female nature, but the dude who knows everything about himself is going to get farther than the dude who knows all about female nature and red pill this, but don't know who he is. He has no knowledge of self, no understanding of self. You know what I'm saying? You got to have both, but you at least have to have the knowledge of self, because that's going to take you everywhere in life. You ain't going nowhere if you don't understand who you are. You feel me? And we're constantly growing and changing. So you never gonna know your complete self, because you always growing, you always changing, you always adopting new and throwing away old. But you should at least understand mostly of who you are. The foundation of who you are. I know the foundation of Chris Flonoury. You know what I'm saying? I know the foundation of Chris Flonoury. You feel me? And I'm going to be real, knowing the foundation of Chris Flonoury has taken Chris Flonoury much farther with females than knowing female nature has. Taking me much farther in life, but we talking about female nature and women right now. Knowing myself has taken myself much farther than understanding female nature has. Has understanding female nature helped? Of course it has. Yes, of course it has. But understanding of self is where you adopt your own bag with this. Y'all know that's my thing. I always talk about we got to have our own bag. If you don't understand yourself, you're not going to have no bag of your own. You will never develop a bag of your own if you don't understand yourself. So then it still don't matter, because you're not even coming off unique. You know what I'm saying? You're not even coming off. You don't even stand out. Some of y'all might remember I did a live like a month or two ago, real popular, one of my more popular lives, talking about, did you leave a lasting impression, or were you easily forgettable? You feel me? Basically asking, did you have any knowledge of self, or did you have no knowledge of self? Did you lack proper knowledge of self? Because if you have the knowledge of self, it's much easier to have your own swag, have your own bag, to have your own personality, to come off and stand out more. When you understand yourself, it's much easier to leave an impression on her that's going to last longer. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times ladies tell me, my personality just stands out. I have a strong, quote unquote, a strong personality. My personality stands out from a lot of other people. You feel me? As in, Chris Flonoury cannot be replicated. Meaning Chris Flonoury cannot be replicated. And I pride myself on that. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on that. I pride myself on that. Knowing who Chris Fenoy is, not being replicable. I'm not replicable. Some dude can't be out here trying to act like me. Some dude can't be out here trying to dress like me and talk like me, sound like me. A dude is not gonna have the same knowledge I got. Just like I don't have the same knowledge that a lot of other dudes got. You feel me? We all supposed to be unique in our own way. But if you don't understand yourself, you don't have nothing unique about you. You just know female nature. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of dudes end up frustrated. Let's break that down. Why do dudes get frustrated when they know female nature, but they don't really know themselves? Because of this. Okay, you know females are emotional. You know they're very impulsive with their actions. You know all these little basic things, right? You know, I'm not here to talk about female nature. I'm here to this is a meta-analysis, if you will. You know, I'm not here to talk about female nature, but you know all these things. When you know all these things, but you don't know how to attack them. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to bring their gun down. You know what I'm saying? All, you know, females walk around armed. Not, of course, figuratively, I'm saying. They walk around armed like this. That's what the attitude is. That's what all the emotions are. They're all defense mechanisms because it's natural, it's biological. But if you don't understand yourself, you can't walk up to that chick figuratively and be like, you know, it's cool to relax. Chris is here. Chris is here. You know, you can relax. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? She might not like you. She might love who you are. It don't matter. But when you know all these things, especially, you know, let's not, well, we gonna talk about it. Watching hours and hours of content and then not doing nothing for you. I made a video about that last week or 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Watching too much content. Didn't get a lot of views. I didn't expect it to, because, you know, the topics that are about more about self-improvement don't get as many views as the ones about women, which I understand, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that. I made a video about this. Watching so much content. So when you watch so much content, when you watching content of dudes talking about, you know, the females they get, the positive experiences they have with ladies. You know, if you listening to me, you listen to me talk about the positive aspects of women, the positive aspects of relationships. You talking about the things I've done with women, or the things I've done to women, or the things women have done to me that are good. You know, and then you saying, damn, you feel me? Why don't I go get that? Why don't I go get that? But then because you don't even know who you are, you going out and you just coming off as the average dude. You know, you over to a fine chick, she probably done been spoke to a couple times already today. You walking up coming off as the average dude. You not different. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about you is ringing a bell. Nothing about you is sticking out. Nothing about you is standing out. Everything about you is just average. I'm talking about the deep aspects of you. I'm not talking about the superficial. I'm not talking about the surface level things. I'm not talking all about the physical. You know what I'm saying? We know how to stand out physically. You know, that's body game. That's smell game, or scent game, rather. That's style game. You know, that's just having masculine confidence and having it manifest itself in your physical. The way you walk, sit, and stand and look at people and talk to people. We already know that. We talking about what's inside of you, what's in here and what's in here. What's in your head and what's in your heart. That's what we talking about. What's in here? You know, we talk all this talk about, you know, pretty girls are dumb, or pretty girls are stupid, or, you know, a lot of these chicks don't even know anything. You know, we say stuff like that and it has truth to it. But what do you know? What do you have? What substance do you have to bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? It don't do nothing if you talking to a pretty girl who don't know nothing and you don't know nothing. You might as well just be her girlfriend. You feel me? You might as well be one of her homegirls. That's one of the most important aspects of being a man, knowing yourself. Because when you know yourself, it's easier to get to understand other people. It's hard to learn people on an individual basis when you couldn't even learn yourself. That's level one. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons people in general love being around me, especially women, is because I love getting to know people. I love getting to know people when I learn people very fast. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, I can see things in people that they didn't even see in themselves. You feel me? But I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't know who I was, if I didn't know where my heart was, if I don't know where my head was, if I didn't know where they were and what was in them. You feel me? If I didn't have the ability to articulate my thoughts out of my mouth, if I didn't have the ability to demonstrate who I am as Chris Flonoury through my actions, through my words, through my articulation, through my demonstration, you feel me? Through my representation, you feel me? What up, Khalid? Exactly. I was telling my homie this like 3 weeks ago. Me and my homie, we went out to eat at a little burger joint. And one of we were talking about women and things of that nature. And this is one of my favorite questions. I literally told him one of my favorite things that I tell dudes is to ask yourself, if you were a woman, would you want to date yourself? If you were a woman, would you want to date yourself? Could you gain insight from yourself, perspective, good, see, revive and reset? You understand, you get it, bro. You get it. Could you gain insight from yourself? If you were a woman and you sat down at a table with you, first of all, would you even want to go out with yourself? Would you even want to be seen out in public with yourself? Would you be sick? Well, you can't really answer that question. Well, I think I'd be sexually attracted to myself. Pause. That's me, because I think I'm a very beautiful, handsome man. You feel me? But would you be attracted to yourself? Would you be infatuated with yourself? Would you be interested in learning who you are? And then when you sitting at the table across from yourself, what would you learn? What would you gain? What kind of benefits would you get from that? What kind of insight would you get from it? What new perspectives would you learn? What new angles of life would you learn to look at? What new things would you start to consider? Ask yourself that and be real with yourself. Because a lot of dudes, first of all, if you're being honest, you wouldn't even want to go out with yourself. If you were the woman of your type, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you were a woman of your type, or if you could, very surface level, put your mind in the head of a woman as your type. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even want to go out with yourself. You wouldn't even want to be seen out in public with yourself because you'd be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? You would be embarrassed. And if a lot of dudes were honest with themselves, they would be able to let themselves know that. And I don't say that from a disrespectful, demeaning, bullying point of view. I'm saying this from a wake-up call point of view. I'm saying this so you can go in your bathroom and ask yourself, look yourself in the mirror and look yourself in the eyes and ask yourself, would I want to date myself? Because being honest with yourself is how you grow. That's how you progress. So first of all, a lot of dudes wouldn't even want to go out with themselves, bro. That's number one. And then let's say you would. Let's say if you being honest with yourself, you would go out on a date with you. What are you learning from yourself? If you were a woman sitting across the table from you, what would you learn? What would you learn? You ain't about to be teaching no chick about female nature. You're not about to be teaching her about no red pill. You're not about to be teaching her about blue pill propaganda. You're not about to be sitting with a female talking about rational male. You're not about to be sitting with a chick talking about hypergamy. Talking about Chad and Tyrone or Pookie and Ray Ray. That's not what you're going to be talking to her about. So what is she going to learn from you? What do you know? A lot of dudes don't even know nothing. A lot of dudes don't even know nothing. That's why I get asked so many times. And that's why I made a video on this. Was it YouTube or Patreon? I can't even remember. Was it YouTube or Patreon? I made a video about, I had to make a video talking about what to talk about when you want to date with a chick. Yeah, that was YouTube. And I did that video because so many dudes were asking for it. And what did I say in the video? One of my main things in the video was have a base of knowledge. Know things. know things, intellectual charisma. I actually had a subscriber DM me earlier asking about, can I talk about intellectual charisma, which is actually something I was supposed to make a video about a long time ago. And I guess I must have just skipped over it in my notes or something. You feel me? But what would you learn from yourself? Would you gain anything from going out on a date with yourself? Or would you leave the date with yourself the same person you were when you walked, when you ran in, when you went on a date with you? Would you be the same person you were when you went on a date with you and when you left? Would you even remember yourself? Would you even stick out to yourself if you were the woman of your type? Perspectives. What do you know about the world? What do you know about people? What new perspectives could you share with yourself? You know what I'm saying? If you was out on a date with yourself, what could you talk about the world? What could you teach her about the world? Would you be able to introduce her to a new angle of looking at things? Would you be able to show her how to look at her angle of life and shift it to another side and shift it to another way? Most dudes wouldn't be able to do that because they don't know nothing. All they know is hypergamy and red pills and you know cock carousels and stuff like that. You feel me? That's all dudes really be knowing. You can't just fill your brain with female nature stuff and expect to just go out here and start dubbing chicks. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? And that's why in this corner of YouTube, a lot of dudes that, first of all, a lot of content creators, not all, I'm not talking about all, but a lot of content creators avoid actually talking about the men to the men. And then a lot of the audiences don't like hearing about themselves. A lot of the men don't like learning about man shit from the men. They don't like learning the downfalls. They don't like learning the negative aspects of what some of us guys do and what we need to do to fix it. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear how we mess up. They don't want to hear how sometimes we be the ones messed up. They don't want to hear how sometimes we the ones that need to grow. All they want to hear about is stock culture and OnlyFans and, Instagram thoughts and, like the little, what's the Latina 18-year-old chick who she turned 18, like the day she turned 18, started OnlyFans. Like that's the only thing dudes want to talk about. But when you ask them about something that the men should be doing, then they want to get uppity and they want to get upset. Oh, you're a simp. Oh, you're this, you're that. If you're simping, you're this, you're that. It's like, no, I'm not the simp. Who is the simp really? Who's the simp really? When you taking hours and hours and hours and hours to learn about females and you not learning nothing about yourself. I don't know, but you sound more like the simp to me. I ain't gonna lie. You sound more like the simp to me. Investing hours and hours and hours on reading, watching, listening, and learning nothing about yourself. You're not investing nothing to yourself. You just, with your life, you just going. You just going about the day. You going to school or you going to work, you coming home. But you're not asking nothing about yourself. You're not asking nothing about who you are as a man. And then when dudes want to question you on it or dudes want to bring up the subject, you want to simp. You're a simp. You're a simp. You're a simp. It's like, no, bro. Take time to learn where you mess up. Where did you mess up? Where did you fall flat? What could you have done to fix the situation? It's not always about Instagram thoughts. It's not always about OnlyFans. It's not always about new age feminism. Sometimes it's about you, bro. Let's just keep it real. Sometimes it's about you. Sometimes that situation with that chick fell through because you messed up. You played yourself, like DJ Khaled say. You played yourself. You played yourself. You played yourself. You know, so it wasn't because she was a thought. It wasn't because, it's not because all women cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's not because all women only want Pookie and Ray Ray or Tyrone and Chad. No, sometimes it's because you fell flat. You weren't sufficient enough to keep up. Like C Boogie says, you were out of your lane. You were out of your lane with the whole situation. You learned about female nature and thought you could go out and just bag whatever chick you wanted, and then realized, nope, that ain't the truth. But because you don't even want to understand yourself, you're not even realizing that was the problem. You blaming the females instead of blaming yourself. That's feminine behavior, bro. Hate to break it to you. That's feminine behavior. Feminine behavior. You blaming everybody else but you. It's her fault. You know what I'm saying? If Megan Thee Stallion wasn't so popular, she wouldn't have done that. If she didn't listen to Cardi B, she wouldn't have done that. If she wasn't so encouraged to start her OnlyFans, she wouldn't have done that. If she didn't look up the Instagram thoughts, she wouldn't have done that. Nah, bro. Maybe she did it because she felt comfortable disrespecting you because you're not sufficient enough as a man to even earn respect. What's good, Andre? No, maybe she disrespected you because she felt comfortable doing so. Because you didn't have her respect in the first place. That's not Instagram fault. That's not OnlyFans fault. That's not Megan Thee Stallion fault. That's not Cardi B fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault if she feel comfortable disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you got your knucklehead chicks out here. You got some chicks that just don't have no home training. So, they don't even really understand the concept of respect. But that's not most women. That's a very small percentage of chicks. Very small percentage of chicks. Most chicks, when it comes to dudes who they don't think are up to par, they either going to take advantage of it or they just going to ignore you altogether because they don't even feel like wasting your time, wasting their own time either. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes wonder why they get rejected so much. It's because soon as she looked at you and soon as she felt your energy or lack of thereof, as soon as you walked up to her and she didn't feel no kind of way, and then she looked at you and she was like, I don't feel with this guy. I didn't feel nothing when you walked up to me. You feel me? I didn't feel nothing when he walked up to me and introduced himself. You know what I'm saying? Women feel. When we say women are sensitive, that's not always a bad thing. Being sensitive has its goods and bads. One aspect of being sensitive is they're sensitive to the world. They feel everything. Their senses are enhanced. So they feel energies much stronger than we do as men. They can sense vibes much stronger than we do as men. And so if she didn't feel nothing when you walked up, then you wasn't about to do a goddamn thing. You feel me? What's good, Lesego? What's good, homie? But yeah, man. What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen, bro? Sometimes, bro, I don't understand what dudes think they gonna get as a result of what they doing. It's like, okay, you asked your favorite content creator, how to develop game, how to get a mouthpiece. All of that is cool. I support that. If you want to learn something, go out and learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn something, go out and ask the experts how to do it. But don't think just because, you get some game that you're going to start bagging these chicks because you don't even know who you are. I got a video coming up. It might be a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to do a video or a live stream, but it's going to be called You Haven't Won Anything Until Your Game Is Just Being You. You haven't gotten anywhere until your game is just being you. We call it game just because game, like we mean strategy. But your strategy should just be being you. You know what I'm saying? My game with women is just to be Chris. My game with women is just being Chris Flonoury. You feel me? I'm not thinking about something that a content creator told me or something that I read in a book when I'm talking to a chick. No, I'm going off based off what Chris Flonoury wants to do. How do I want to operate? How do I want to talk to this chick? How do I want to make her feel? I want to make her laugh, or do I want to make her, self-reflect? Do I want to do both? You know what I'm saying? Is I have different avenues of doing things because I know all my streets. I know all my crossroads. I got my map of my own head. You feel me? I know the map of my own brain. You feel me? It's like if you going on vacation somewhere, say you taking a road trip somewhere, you can't only have a map of the city you trying to go to. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Let's say I want to drive to Chicago. That's like a 4.5 hour drive. I'm not only gonna have a map of Chicago because that's where I want to go. No, I'm gonna have a map of whole Michigan. I'm gonna have a map of the freeways that I need to get there. I'm gonna have a map of Detroit first because I know how to get. I gotta know how to get to which freeway to get to where I need to go. To go to Chicago, I'm not just gonna have a map of Chicago when I'm trying to drive from Detroit to Chicago. No, that's the same as knowing all this about women and you knowing nothing about yourself. You understand your destination, but you don't even know how to get there. You don't even know where you at. You don't even know where you at. You just lost in the middle of the US somewhere. You somewhere in Timbuktu, Kentucky, and you trying to get to Chicago. Now you know everything there is to know about Chicago. You know Navy Pier. You know where the Nike stores are. You know what I'm saying? You know where the best malls are. You know the best hotels. You know what I'm saying? You know everything about Chicago there is to know. But you don't know nothing about where you at, so you lost. You don't know nothing about where you at, so you lost. You're lost. You're lost. You cannot just know your destination and know nothing of where you at. If you know nothing of where you're at, you can never figure out how to get to the destination. You feel me? You should really start mixing self-improvement advice. I've been mixing self-improvement advice in my channel since I first started. Hold on, my camera about to die. Let me switch to my computer real quick. Be prepared for the quality to drop. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds real quick, y'all. Yeah, we still talk. I just gotta switch my cameras real quick. But yeah, I've been talking about self-improvement on my channel the whole time. It's just I weave it in ways in which dudes will listen. Because the reason I don't do like a whole bunch of self-improvement content is because dudes don't listen to it. And it's not that I want views, but it's that if I'm giving out really good information, I want dudes to listen to it. So I cover the self-improvement tips with talking and like relating it to women. You feel me? And that's how I know dudes are gonna listen when I relate it to women. Now some dudes say that's sad. Some dudes say that shouldn't be how it is. Whatever. We dudes. I understand. Women are an important part of our lives as men. So I know if I'm talking about female nature if I'm talking about self-improvement and just this, hiding it up under talking about women, then dudes are gonna listen. And then some dudes are gonna hear the message and some dudes gonna miss it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Am I good now? Yeah, I'm good now. You said, what camera do I use? I have the Canon M50. Canon M50 with the kit lens. I think it's probably the best camera you can get bang for buck. I paid $500 for it. Let me get some more brightness on my screen real quick and then we Gucci. All right, bam, we straight now. So for sure, back to the topic now that we all configured. Yeah, I've been talking about self-improvement on my channel the whole time. It's just that when I do self-improvement topics, dudes don't listen. You feel me? So I gotta do the self-improvement content with the content of, with females, because that's how dudes are gonna listen. And I fully understand. I'm not upset about that. I fully understand. You feel me? I'm just getting some of these chords out the way. But yeah, like even like my gym, like dudes be asking me for gym content all the time, right? Gym content, record in the gym, record in the gym. Dudes ask me that all the time, and I don't do it. Well, number one, because I don't want to have to think about recording all my workouts. But even when I did, drop that gym video earlier in the week, barely any dudes watched it. That video's views were hella low. And at one point I unlisted it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just drop this on Patreon, since ain't nobody really watching on YouTube. I'm gonna just drop it on Patreon. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna leave it for the dudes who do want to watch it. So then I relisted it. You know what I'm saying? But when I dropped the gym video, dudes wasn't scurrying to watch that. You know what I'm saying? Dudes weren't scurrying to watch that. I usually, at least at the very minimum, get like 1 view an hour, for the first like 3 hours. With that gym video, I don't know. My views were very low on that video. And that's just an example. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to drop gym content. I would like to drop stuff like that. I would like to drop, talking about books or talking about the gym, talking about nutrition, things like that. But a lot of dudes just are not gonna listen to that. You feel me? Yeah, like Red has videos on. Red has been doing like series. I remember he did the series on how to smell good. He talked about doing your laundry and what to buy, to do your laundry and smell the best, and how your hygiene. He was talking about earlier today. He did a video on time management, planning your day, stuff like that, filling up your calendar right. And dudes are not rushing to see stuff like that. At least in this corner of YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because dudes want to hear about females, which I get. So if you want dudes to really listen, you got to put the self-improvement content up under the female content. And I like talking about, relationships with women. So that's cool with me. I think relationships with women are very important. That's one of the reasons why I do my channel. Because I see almost at least every week, some dude talking about they hate women, or some dude who done committed a crime because a chick rejected him, or, a dude who done killed his family because something was like, we need to talk about this. But not only do we have to talk about relationships with women, we have to talk about self-improvement, because the better you improve who you are and understand who you are, the better your relationships with women will be. So I do both, I do both. I'm just conscious on what I do, because I don't want to be dropping a whole bunch of quality content and nobody watching. You feel me? That's to me, that's kind of a waste of time. In my opinion, that's kind of a waste of time. You feel me? Yeah, it just goes to show you where the priorities are. That shows you where the priorities are. You feel me? And that's the thing about understanding self. Dudes are so quick to learn about females or how to deal with females, but they not rushing to learn how to improve themselves all the time. It's certain, it's a select few. Some of y'all are rushing to learn how to improve yourself, but most dudes aren't. And so that's why you have to say, you want to get more women, you have to improve yourself. But then even that gets misconstrued. There was a term I learned like 2 or 3 months ago. The word gym sale. The word gym sale. The word gym sale, like a dude who's always in the gym. He looks really good. He eats really well. He works out all the time and he looks really good, but he still can't get women. I learned that term like 2 months ago, gym sale. That's just another example of how even telling dudes to self-improve, if you want to get more women, can still go down the wrong hole. And I understand, you're supposed to self-improve for yourself and all this, but let's be real. A lot of the reasons why we self-improve is for women. Like, let's just be honest. I ain't afraid to be honest on my channel. If you haven't learned, I'm not afraid to just be real. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not happy with the amount of women or the type of women you attracting in your life, and you want to do things to change it, that's 100% fine. That's what you should be doing. So if you know, like I'm 400 pounds and I'm 5'6", that's why I'm not getting women. And yeah, go in the gym to get some women. You know what I'm saying? You should also do it for yourself, but let's just be honest with ourselves. You feel me? Let's be honest with ourselves. You feel me? But even if you are going to the gym or whatever for women, you still should be learning yourself. You still be learning yourself. Andre, where'd I get these shades? So these are my prescription shades. I wear prescription glasses. So these are my regular glasses. These are my prescription glasses. These are Ray-Ban, double bar, something. I forgot what they call it, but they Ray-Ban shades, prescriptions. These are prescription gradient shades. You feel me? So got it from Optimize, Henry Ford Optimize. I don't know if that's a countrywide place, but that's where I get my glasses from. Because I am nearsighted as hell. You feel me? Let's see what's going on in this chat, man. How do you get my beard on game? It's not. My beard is very subpar. I just trimmed it up earlier, like 2 hours ago, because I washed my hair and I'm going to cut my hair tomorrow. But my beard game, I mean, it's decent. It don't really grow for real, for real. I just keep it tamed and groomed so that it looks good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got no beard I just have facial hair. But anyway, back to the topic. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, back to the topic. When you learn yourself and you understand female nature, that's when it's going to start clicking. That's when it's going to start reeling in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Not saying that dealing with women is easy, but attracting them, maintaining that interest, in the first few meetups and, all of that, that's going to come easy. Try minoxidil for the beard, bro. Yeah, Nathaniel, if you want to get your minoxidil does work for hair. I've never used it on my beard. I probably wouldn't. I'm not really pressed about my beard, but if anybody is pressed about growing a beard, minoxidil does work. Also known as Rogaine. Well, Rogaine is also known as minoxidil, rather. But anyways, when you know both, when you know who you are and you can understand the female that you're talking to, that's when it's easy. That's when it's easy. Now dealing with women is not easy. Any dude who says that is lying to you. That's like saying getting in shape is easy and staying in shape is easy. It's not. Dealing with women is not easy. It's a lot of time, effort. It's dealing with a lot of emotions. It requires a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? If you want to deal with them long term, you know what I'm saying? If you actually want to make an investment in women and get a return on investment. I'm not saying if you just want to, pull chicks and, like smash and dash them, you could do that if you want to. I'm saying if you want to have, beneficial relationships with women, it's not easy. But it's much more easier when you understand the female and understand yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, you're going to get got anyway. Either you're going to get got or she's just going to leave because she don't feel like wasting her time. That's what it is. Either she going to finesse you or she going to leave because she don't feel like wasting her time. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And if you get a chick who happens to try to finesse you, that can go very bad. You could lose money. You could lose hella time. Both. It could cost you a lot of your energy. It can cost you opportunities. It can cost you a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why dudes be so pressed about certain things that shouldn't be complicated. Should I text her before the date? Where should I take her on the first date? What should we do for the second date? How should I talk to her? What should I talk to her about? You know what I'm saying? If I say this, is she gonna, not be interested no more. Like dudes overcomplicate things because they don't have their own way of doing things. You feel me? And I get it. If you don't even know what you doing, then you gonna overcomplicate every little thing because you don't even know how simple it really is. You feel me? So I don't blame you. But if you claiming to be an alpha male or a man or, whatever the case may be, you got to take the steps to fill in the blanks, to fix the errors. You know what I'm saying? That's your job. And you do what you do. I feel like that's why so many dudes, are so concerned with what other dudes are doing. When you are learning yourself constantly every day, when you're getting more and more of an understanding of yourself every day, and you doing what you do, you're not really going to be concerned with what other dudes doing unless it's affecting you or the people you love. So people always ask me takes on, what's my takes on these celebrities, or, was this celebrity simping? What did you think about what this celebrity chick said, or what this rapper said, or what this celebrity couple did? Like I don't entertain that kind of stuff because I don't care. That's just me. Now some dudes, they do videos and stuff on it because you can get teachings. There's lessons to be learned from these things, right? There's lessons to be learned from these things. So like Red Scenes of Blues, he does a lot of content based off what other people are doing because he's analyzing it and breaking it down. Same with the homie Quarantino the God. All his content is based off like celebrity gossip and stuff, but it's not just celebrity gossip for the sake of gossip. He's talking about the celebrity gossip to break it down and find teaching points that he can tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes want me to just gossip to gossip or just give my opinion on stuff just to give my opinion. It's like, if a celebrity was simping, I don't care. I really don't. If a celebrity was, simping for his girlfriend or his wife, I don't care. If Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B says something, I don't care. I don't, because it's not affecting me. It's not affecting me. Because I know myself and I know what I'm capable of when it comes to these women, bro. The only reason I would be bent out of shape over what Megan Thee Stallion are doing or what Cardi B is doing or over what Quavo or Offset is doing is because I don't really understand myself. So I'm looking for other people to, entertain myself with. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to bully other people. I'm looking to be fixated on other men's situations because I'm not concerned with my own situation because I don't even know myself. You feel me? So it's like, that's why y'all don't see me talking about Quavo or, Saweetie or Cardi B or Offset. I did that one video on DJ Academics, which a lot of dudes didn't like, which I knew a lot of dudes wouldn't like, when he said, if your girl can't afford her own lifestyle, then you shouldn't provide it for her, which I thought was stupid. If you choose to make a chick your girlfriend, then you introduce her into things that are a part of your lifestyle. Or at least that's what I do. That's what a leader does. If a leader says, okay, I want you on my team, the leader is going to show that player or that person under his leadership little things on how to improve. He's going to introduce that person under his leadership new things that he didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? You don't bring a person on your team and then say, well, you still got to learn it on your own. You still got to get it all on your own. That's not how a leader works. That's not how leadership works. You don't make a chick your girlfriend and then be like, well, if she can't afford her own expensive gifts, I'm not buying them for her. Just because I'm rich don't mean I'm buying her shit. It's like, okay, all right, bro. Whatever you say, And then he bought the chick a G-Wagon. You feel me? So, go figure. But, off of that. Yeah, Andre, like worrying about people who don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand it could be entertaining, just being hip on what's going on. But, I'm not I'm not pressed about talking about no celebrities or nothing like that because that's just not me. I'll leave that to Red Scenes, the Blues, or Quarantino. That's what they do and they good at it. They good at taking the celebrity situations and making teaching points on it. That's not what I'm. I don't think I excel at that. Never tried it, but I don't think I excel at that because I don't really feel a passion to do that. I'd rather just tell you about my own experiences or what I've learned or what I've seen, what I've heard from reliable sources. That's what I would rather do. That's just my motive. You feel me? But yeah, way too much work on the inward to be done. Way too much to do in your heart and in your head to excel at life. Like I said, bro, don't just expect to read Rational Male and then you good with all the chicks. And I've read Rational Male like 3 times. I thought it was really good. It was actually like the first thing there, like really got me into learning about all this kind of stuff. So I'm not bashing that content. I'm not bashing Rational Male. I'm not bashing red pill content or nothing like that. I'm just saying there's no reason to overindulge on this content if you don't even know who you are first. What are you gaining from it? Okay, you gaining information, you gaining knowledge, but how you going to apply the knowledge if you don't even know how to tell somebody about who you are? Like I said, if somebody walked up to you and off the cuff said, "What's your most redeeming quality?" You wouldn't even know what to say. You would need to think about it for a minute or two. You feel me? You feel me? And then sometimes, bro, I be getting irritated, man, with sometimes it's like the lack of realism that some dudes have. The delusions of grandeur that they've gotten from this content. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be on panels or making content or making comments, you know, she for the streets. Oh, she's trash, she's scandalous, she's garbage. But it's like, is she even trying to fuck you anyway, my nigga? Like, what does that have to do with you? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you think this chick is a thought or you think she trash. What are you? Would she even want to fuck with you, bro? Do you even pull chicks? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to ask dudes that. Like, you got all this to talk about females, but do you even get any bitches? I be wanting to ask, do you even get bitches? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not no dude that need receipts. I'm not no dude that needs, proof. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I just be wanting to ask some dudes, do you even get bitches? Really? Like, really, bro? Like, do you? Because you got all this to say about this female. You got all this to say about this female. Would they even want to mess with you? Like, who? Like, what are you gaining from disqualifying her, bro? Peace, Red. What are you even getting from disqualifying this woman? Even if what you're saying is true, what are you getting from it? If she wouldn't even want to mess with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes focus so much on the chicks they don't even like. I made a video on this. A lot of dudes low key love the women they hate. Dudes love talking about Instagram thoughts and OnlyFans chicks all day long because that's what they low key want. That's what they like. But they know they shouldn't. Or I won't say they know. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they shouldn't. So they talk negatively about them all the time when really that's what they want. Really, that's what they want. Excuse me. Really, that's what they want. They want themselves an Instagram thought or an OnlyFans chick, who could give them the sloppiest toppy of all time. You know what I'm saying? Ride a dick like a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? That's really what they want. But they know they feel like they shouldn't want it. So they talk negatively about it all the time. You feel me? That's what I'm pointing. That's what I'm getting at right now. It's like, if you understand yourself and you actually get women in real life, why are you so concerned with the chicks you claim you don't even like? Why? Like, I don't get it. I'm asking a question. And I have it for yet to be answered, or yet for it to be answered, rather. If you are getting chicks in your real life and you understand yourself and you're having the results you want with women in your real life, why are you so concerned with the chicks who you claim you don't even like? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's okay. All you got to say is negative things. All you have to say is negativity. I don't understand. You know, when that lets you know who that dude really is. If all the dude got to say is negativity, everything he got to say about females is negative, that means either he's only had negative experiences, which then you shouldn't even really be listening to that dude in the first place, or he just knows the negative sides of female nature. So that's where he likes to put his energy. He don't even got real experiences. He just can observe in real life. You feel me? If you get in women that you want, whatever result you want, if you get in relationships or you get in the sex you want, whatever it is, if you getting what you want on your own terms, why are you concerned about what to avoid so much? You know, I understand we got to let dudes know, what kind of women to avoid, what kind of signs to avoid, all that. But that's all you want to talk about 24/7? It's always what to avoid. Okay, when are you going to teach a dude what to embrace, what to look for? When you see these signs and it's a good thing, when are you going to talk about that? You know what I'm saying? That's what my channel was about. You don't see me going in on females on my channel. I don't know. I feel like that's beneath me as a man. It's like, what I'm gonna go in on a female for if I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's constructive. If I'm going in on females and then following it with results or with answers, then that's one thing. What's good, Trap Hokage? But you don't just see me, purposely just going in on chicks on my channel. That's not my steez. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Gangstar. For me, I'm gonna talk about the things that you should look for in a woman. I'm gonna talk about the signs that you should be drawn to. I'm gonna talk about the good sides of women. And I'm gonna talk about how to help yourself. I'm gonna talk about how to improve yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm not just on here talking about, oh, what to avoid with women. Oh, everything you should avoid with women. Oh, why you're still a beta male. Like all that. I ain't talking about all that kind of shit, man. I want to show you how to grow. I'm not always just going to talk about what's keeping you down. I want to show you how to grow, not just talk about what's keeping you down. I could tell you what's keeping you down all day long, but if I ain't showing you how to elevate, then you ain't going to go nowhere. You just going to know why you are where you are, but you're not going to know how to get to where you're trying to go. That's pointless to me. I'd rather do both. I'd rather tell you more about how to get to where you need to go rather than talking about why you are where you are. Because what's going to get you the results? What's going to get you towards the results? Learning how to get to where you need to go. Yeah, you need to learn the mistakes you made along the way that got you to where you are, rather. But you have to know how to get to where you're trying to go. That's where I come in with my channel. That's why my channel is not big, and it's never really gonna be that big. And I'm okay with that. What's up, Janae? What's up, Travis? My channel is probably never gonna be real big, and I never thought it would be. I've never really wanted it to be some super huge channel. Because I talk positivity. You know what I'm saying? That's not what gets attention. That's not what gets views. I'm not using every video to talk about 5 signs she for the streets. No, I want you to know a video I really did before titled 4 Signs How to Know a Chick is Feeling You in a Group. I want you to know that. What are some good things to know? What are some good things to be aware of? You feel me? We don't always got to talk about what to avoid, the negatives, the bad things. You feel me? If I'm playing basketball and I'm trying to become a better shooter, I could hire a shooting coach. He could tell me what's wrong with my jump shot all day long. He could tell me what not to do with my jump shot all day long. But if he never tells me how I should adjust my jump shot, then I'm not going to get nowhere. I'm just going to know what not to do. If he's not telling me what angle to put my elbow, or where to have my thumb, or should I use a thumb flick or no thumb flick? Should I let my guard hand go before I release the ball or after? If he's not telling me none of this, I'm not going to know how to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to know what messed me up. I'm just going to know what not to do now. I'm not going to know what to do moving forward. That's the same with all this female nature talk. I'm the one that's trying to tell you how to get to where you're trying to go. I'm not just focused on how you got to where you are and the things to avoid, things what not to do. You feel me? Because that's an anxious way to live, ain't it? Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like that's an anxious way to live, bro. Everywhere you going, you just thinking of what not to do. What's up, Jacqueline? I feel like that's an anxious life to live. Everywhere you go, you only thinking of what not to do instead of thinking of what you should do. I feel like that's an anxious life to live where you walking up to a chick thinking of the list of things that you learn not to do, or the list of red flags you learn that you should look for. Instead of saying, I learned this, I'm going to implement this. You know what I'm saying? Or I learned about these things that, these are some signs that maybe she feeling me. I'm going to pay attention for these. No, instead, I'm going to just say, I learned these things that I should be looking for, that it means she a hoe, or she a thought, or whatever. Or I'm going to walk up thinking about the things to not do. Even though I still don't know what to do, I'm going to just think about the things to not do. You feel me? Then that's when you come off goofy. That's when you look corny or creepy. You feel me? That's the worst thing you could be to a chick, is creepy. That's the worst thing you could be with a female, is creepy. Because when she feel like you creepy, that means she feel unsafe. And that's the most important thing with any female, is she has to feel safe around you. Don't matter if it's your mama, your sister, your cousin, a girl you trying to smash, a girl you trying to get in a relationship with. If she don't feel safe in your presence, she don't want to be around you. You feel me? I don't like answering questions during my live, but this is low key a good question. Nasty Nas, he said, I have a decently deep voice, but I've built this habit of speaking fast when I get angry. So now I always speak in a higher pitched tone. You got advice for me to speak slower and lower? Well, first, let's look at what you said. You said, I built this habit of speaking fast when I'm angry. So now I always speak in a higher pitched tone. Are you always angry? You know what I'm saying? Speaking in a higher pitched tone, well, for one, is just signs of not speaking from the right places. What's good, J Nation? I'm doing swell. Speaking in a higher voice is a sign of many things. It could be excitement, it could be fear, anxiety, it could be, you might be super happy about something, like, like real giddy. You feel me? So first, look at the way you feeling. Are you comfortable? Are you relaxed? That's the biggest thing about speaking in a deeper voice, also known as your natural voice. Like, speaking in a deeper voice is not really possible. You can speak in your most natural voice, which is going to be your lowest voice as a man. Your deepest voice is going to be your most natural voice. You have to be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, your body is going to constrict itself because it's trying to protect itself. So you might speak from more like up in your throat, like back here, instead of talking from your diaphragm, in your stomach. And speaking slower and lower. Speaking slower is all about just, taking your time, thinking about what you're saying. You feel me? Takes adjustment. Talking lower, just talk from your diaphragm and be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to speak in your natural voice when you nervous about something, when you anxious or even excited. Just be calm, cool, and collect. But, back to the topic at hand, and I ain't gonna be on here too much longer because the topic is not that complicated. So I don't want to be regurgitating too much information to y'all. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You gotta learn who you are, or else you're not getting nowhere. Or else you're not getting nowhere. And be realistic with yourself, bro. Like, you know how they appraise cars? They appraise the value of a car. Appraise yourself. Appraise yourself. That's something else C Boogie says. Give yourself a proper appraisal. You know how they give appraisals on cars? They give the value of the car. Give yourself a proper appraisal. Look in the mirror and really look at yourself, bro. Some dudes be wondering. Some dudes be wondering why chicks don't want to talk to them. Maybe they think you ugly as fuck, bro. Maybe they think you ugly as fuck. And you could look in the mirror and know that. Let's be honest. At least I think you can. I don't know. I ain't never really been ugly, so I don't know. But dudes wondering, they might think, oh, they don't have the seduction skills or they don't have no game. It's like, no, let's start from the bottom up. Maybe she think you ugly or something. Maybe you're generally unappealing. And there's things you can do to fix that or circumvent that. You can't change your genetics, but you can do things to circumvent that issue. You know what I'm saying? You a man. You don't got to be the prettiest dude walking around. You don't got to be some super good looking dude. The dudes who have the easiest time with women are really the average looking dudes, according to women. You know what I'm saying? Ron Wills did a video on that earlier today, or was it yesterday? I think it was today. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes always talk about, as long as you're really good looking, she'll get with you. It's like, that's not necessarily true, bro. Being really good looking is not just peaches and cream. I'm not saying I'm really good looking, but I'm above average. I just go off what I'm told. You feel me? I just go based off what I'm told. You know what I'm saying? Said, any advice for people trying to find their life purpose? You just got to explore. You have to explore, do things. You know what I'm saying? When you first participating in, what we call a purpose, which is really a passion. We never really know our purpose, but we do know our passion. And our purpose can lie within our passion. You feel me? So you'll know when you engage in something that you're really passionate about, that you will want to use as a driver to make change or make influence. You feel me? You feel me? So advice for trying to find your life purpose, you just got to explore, find what you're passionate about. We don't really know our purpose. You can over time, but that takes a long time. That takes a lot of discovery. I will say that takes, a certain level of spiritual connection to really think your purpose. But everybody can recognize their passion when they feel it. You feel me? Like, my passion is health and fitness. My passion is health and fitness. So I know one of the things I'm going to do on this earth is to help people get stronger, help people get healthier, increase their fitness. And I want to help in reversing childhood obesity. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Even though I know it's an agenda pushed by the government, I want to be one of the ones to say I helped in reversing childhood obesity. You feel me? See what's going on in this chat. Said looks only get you 40 more seconds. Yeah, that's true. Like, that's the thing with me. Dudes talk so much about, getting women, attracting women. It's like, okay, once you attract a woman, then you have to maintain or build interest. It's not all about just attracting women. Attracting women is the easiest part. That's the easiest part of the whole game. You look healthy, you look powerful, you look masculine, you dress good, and you smell nice, and you got some nice shoes on. You can attract women. That's not hard. It's maintaining women. That's the harder part. And that's why a lot of dudes avoid it. That's why a lot of dudes don't talk about maintaining women. It's easy to teach a dude, how to get some cheeks and then, just drop her off. I could tell y'all how to do that all day. Maintaining women is what takes the work. That's why a lot of dudes don't talk about that. That's why a lot of dudes don't want to talk about it either. I mean, they don't want to learn about it because that's the hard part. That's the part that takes time and effort and energy. You feel me? You said sometimes I feel like I don't even need girls, but sometimes they're a distraction. Yeah, I mean, they can be a distraction. Anything you add into your life can be a distraction. That's just how things are. When you add things, something is going to get taken away. Now, it can be a distraction or it can be an investment in which you get a return on investment. You feel me? And it's like you're not supposed to feel like you need anything. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to feel like you need anything. Now, if I'm being realistic, as men, biologically, we're going to want them very badly. We're going to want women all the time. But you shouldn't feel like you need them 24/7. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the case. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it my times where sometimes, I just want to lay up with a chick or talk to a chick, go out with a chick? Yes, there is. I'm not one of them dudes who wants to spend every weekend with my homies. I'm not one of them dudes. It's a time and a place. Every now and then I'm gonna hit my homie up or hit my homies up, say what y'all doing. Let's go to this burger joint or let's go out and go here. But I'm not one of them dudes that's trying to spend time with my homies 24/7. No, I'd rather be with a chick most of the time. If I'm going out, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Any advice for thicker skin? Getting thicker skin, it starts with yourself. I know that's cliche. I'm gonna go in more detail. Having thicker skin is about being sure of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being sure of who you are. Because when you're sure of who you are, it's a lot more difficult for something to bother you. When you're not sure of yourself, it's easy for things to throw you off. It's easy for things to, get you uptight and get you angry or get you upset because you're not sure about yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sure about myself. So I'm not, if somebody says something about me that's negative, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the internet. I do YouTube. I have Instagram. Like I have a lot of eyes on me. Excuse all that noise in the background. You know what I'm saying? I do YouTube. So you have to have thick skin to do YouTube because you got trolls, you got people that's not gonna like you, got all these other factors. You have to have thick skin. So getting thicker skin is just about being sure of yourself. The more sure you are of yourself, the more difficult it is for somebody to, really get in your head. That's why we gotta start watching so many alpha male videos and get some experience. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Dudes will watch so much content and then the content sounds nice, and it probably is. It's probably good content, but it's probably valuable information. But then they adopt the philosophies of the content without having the foundation needed to actually believe in such. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes are around saying they alpha male or they high value male or whatever the case is, and they really not. It's just a delusion they've placed upon themselves, and then it exposes itself when they get put in a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? When that delusion gets battle tested, then it gets exposed. You feel me? Um, I guess I'm winding down. So this will be my Q&A time. So, if y'all got questions or whatever, just ask them. I've pretty much ended the topic. Now I'm just answering y'all questions. So if y'all got questions, drop them in the chat. So you said, am I on any kind of diet? No, I don't follow a diet. I just eat clean. I don't follow a diet. I just eat clean. So yeah, I eat meat. I drink dairy. I do a lot of things people say you shouldn't do, but that's also because of my training. I train very hard. I eat a lot of calories. I need a lot of calories. So I can't just, well, not that I can't, but it's much more difficult to supplement my recovery if I were to follow a diet. So I just eat clean. You know what I'm saying? I eat fruits, I eat vegetables. I invest in grass-fed meats. You know what I'm saying? I invest in organic eggs. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow a diet. I just eat clean. To me, that's the best way to do it. Unless you have certain things that you can't eat. Input on fasting. Do you believe in it? I mean, what is there not to believe? That's like asking, do I believe in Michael Jordan? Like, I mean, he exists. I guess what you asking is like, do I encourage fasting? I mean, sure. I've fasted before. I've been doing intermittent fasting for years. I'm not doing it too much right now, but I've been doing intermittent fasting for years. I've done one meal a day. I fasted for 72 hours. I fasted for 48 hours on multiple occasions. Worked out fasted, going to bed fasted, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's the easiest way for me to lose weight. It's the easiest way for me to lose weight is to do like one meal a day. So they call that the quote unquote warrior diet. You fasting for 23 or 22 hours and you only eating one meal, so that you only eating for 1 hour or 2 hours. You feel me? Fasting is the easiest way for me to lose weight. Um, but I only understand dieting from a health and fitness perspective. I know fasting has a lot of uh it has a lot of play in the spiritual side of things, which I'm not versed on, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But in terms of a health and fitness perspective, I mean, fasting is cool. I think it's good to alleviate yourself from a food addiction. You know what I'm saying? How do you eat clean, or where do you get your healthy food? So you can get, quote unquote healthy food from anywhere. I recently started getting my food from a place called Fresh Time. It's kind of like a smaller version of Whole Foods or like Trader Joe's. But just eating clean is, just eating your fruits, your vegetables, staying away from a lot of processed foods, a lot of processed sugars, a lot of refined carbs, staying away from, snacks and, empty calorie drinks, like your juices and pops and all that. That's what eating clean is, eating healthy is. And I best believe I let up on the weekends, you know what I'm saying? On a Friday or a Saturday, I might go out and give me a burger or a sandwich and, eat me some ice cream or some Oreos or something. I have a fat man's brain. I love sweets, love sweets. You know what I'm saying? So when I feel like rocking out, I'm going to rock out. You know what I'm saying? I might eat 2 pints of Ben& Jerry's. I might eat a whole pack of Oreos. I might eat a whole pie. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then I'm going to rock out. But, 85 to 90% of the time I'm eating very clean because I train a lot. I train hard. So I have to be able to perform optimally in what I do. How do you set boundaries with women? Let me not be a smart ass. I was about to say just set them, but I know it's not that easy. So setting boundaries, first you have to know your boundaries first. That's the first thing. You have to know what your boundaries are. Secondly, you have to know how to establish them. So you can choose, the way I do things is, when it comes to stuff like boundaries, I'm not really going to press it unless it needs to be pressed on. I'm not really going to bring up my boundaries unless someone is pushing against it and they don't know it. Then I'll let them know, like, hey, I don't appreciate that, or I don't like that, or I don't mess with what you're doing. Don't do it around me. You know what I'm saying? And setting boundaries with women is how you set boundaries with anybody. Know your boundaries and don't let them get crossed. You feel me? Or if they do get crossed, you give a warning. If people repeatedly cross them, you cut them off, or you do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If people constantly cross my boundaries, I'm just gonna distance myself from them. You feel me? But when people don't know my boundaries, because I don't just give people a list of my boundaries when I meet them. When they are pressing up against a boundary that they didn't know existed, I'm gonna let them know. Like, hey, like I don't really like when you do this. I don't appreciate when you do that. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. You feel me? Having a real hard time with semen retention. You got any tips for a teenager? So if you still here, I want you to tell me if you're doing Nofap or if you're doing semen retention, because they're two different things. I talk about this all the time. Nofap is when you just stop beating your meat. You know what I'm saying? And stop watching porn. Semen retention is when you refrain from sex. So if you can, tell me which one you're actually doing. Are you doing Nofap or are you doing semen retention? Semen retention, you have to have been getting buns in the first place to avoid in the first place. You can't be celibate. Well, I mean, you can, but you're not practicing semen retention if you were never getting buns to begin with. So if you could let me know which one you're doing, I could give you advice that caters to either specific one. But in general, with actual semen retention, like if you're really trying to abstain from sex for a certain amount of time, or I'm gonna just go with that, like basic level semen retention. So if you're trying to just abstain from sex for a certain amount of time, it's just all about having a life. You got to be busy. You got to have stuff on your plate. You feel me? Okay, Nofap. Okay, makes sense. So we got two questions on Nofap, so that's cool then. So, um, Nofap, yeah, like Trap Hokey said, you gotta avoid idle time. They say that the idle mind is the devil's playground. So that's number one. Have things to do. School, if it's school, do school. If it's work, do work. You know, if you want to start reading, start reading. If you want to start working on a talent, work on a talent. If you want to try some new things, just have stuff on your plate to take up time. Because the less time you have during the day to just lay around and think about beating it, the less likely you are to do it. Second thing is, go watch my video I dropped like last week, giving 5 tips on No Nut November. I literally gave 5 tips on how to avoid, you know, beating your meat essentially. So go watch that video. Feel me? I talked about avoiding triggers, having things to do, just self-discipline, like YBK Rocket said, like just being able to resist the urges when they come. You feel me? Um, and recognizing how you feel when you are able to resist the urges, after you go a whole 24 hours or after you go the first 2 days or 3 days, after you get the first week, recognize how much better you feel. You feel me? Recognize how much better you feel. So I'm gonna go for about 1 more minute and then I'm gonna get up over here. So, I might answer 1 or 2 more questions if y'all got any. You feel me? We hitting the hour and 30-minute mark. It is just after midnight where I'm at. So I ain't trying to stay on here too much longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay for 1 more minute, answer 1 more question if there is one. Appreciate y'all for coming as well. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't. Please hit that like button. Get your boy in the algorithm. We can spread this knowledge across YouTube. You feel me? We can spread it across YouTube. All of YouTube would get this game. You feel me? We don't gotta be stingy with it. Hit that like button. You feel me? So if there's no more questions, I'm gonna tune out of here. Oh, we got 1 more question. Chris, would you recommend getting back with an ex if you in the right mind? No, I wouldn't. That's your ex for a reason. That's your ex for a reason. If that's your ex, if you made her your ex, or if y'all separated because you felt disrespected or you felt boundaries have been crossed one too many times, then you don't get back with her because then you're rewarding her good behavior. You know what I'm saying? Some chicks you just gotta let go, like forever. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. Because she might be a good person. She might be good in bed, or she might make you feel good, or whatever the case is. But if it's certain things that you just couldn't tolerate and y'all separated ways because of it, you just some chicks you just gotta drop forever. You feel me? That's just how you gotta do things. So me personally, I would not recommend getting back with an ex. I wouldn't recommend getting back with an ex. You feel me? Because that's a deliberate decision you made. Or even if she made it, even if she, was the one who said, I don't want to do this no more. Then if she wasn't, if she wanted to leave you, then you really don't want to be trying to get back with her. But I'm assuming that you're the one who cut the ties. Or maybe y'all did it mutually. If you felt the need to separate from her, then you don't want to go back. Because what's gonna change? You feel me? What's really gonna change? But we had an hour and 31 minutes. I'm gonna catch y'all. Might do tomorrow. I'll actually be on Red Scenes the Blues channel. We doing a panel tomorrow. As we do every other Saturday. We'll be talking about young men's mental health in 2020. You feel me? So that'll be tomorrow. Might do a live during the day tomorrow. I'll make up my mind. But yeah, man. I'll catch y'all, man. Peace.